Hi, welcome to Label Zone TV, and this is the brand new Dymo XTL 500. Let's switch this printer on and get straight into this review. As you can see, it's a handheld unit. It's got a QWERTY keyboard. It's great actually. This keyboard is clicky, so it's got tactile feedback. So you can see it's a colour screen. You'll notice just here in a moment above the model number, a little mouse cursor blinks up. There it is. My prediction that it's running a Linux OS, which is fantastic, and it completely explains as to why this is such a powerful printer. So here we are, welcomed to the home screen. You can see all the label types here. Nice touch screen here, quite fluid. We can see label templates here, for example cable wraps, flags, patch panels, breakers, terminal blocks, even pipe marking. This printer is designed for electricians, and it's just a fantastic printer with all the materials that you can print on and different size tapes. You can do 6mm all the way up to 54mm. This is actually the first Dymo printer that knows what tape you've put into it. The cartridges have chips on them, which is read by the printer, so it knows what size and colour. If we very quickly go into the flag label, we can also see a preview of what it will look like. You'll choose your cable size, or you can override with the diameter. Flag length, we'll just go with default, and you get a preview here of your label. Nice and easy to type on. Let's have a look at one of the other label templates. And as you can see, this is the cable wraps, so the data will be duplicated down the label as it wraps around it. Real easy to type on, very responsive. Quite easy to select text as well. The buttons here act as your home and end button. Hold shift, you can select through or select the whole lot and overwrite it. Doing serialization is real easy. And we can go to each label individually and see. Producing patch panel labels is really easy on this. Choose patch panel, select your number of ports, say what groups they're in, do one label per group. You can also change this for one label for all ports. That would stretch over the whole rack, and you can adjust the size of the ports and the group clearance, but the group clearance isn't really required as these are individual labels. Real easy to edit. You can tap into the individual labels instead of using arrows. Just hit OK to start editing. But really, you'd be using a much smaller tape than the 54mm that I have inserted at the moment. Some other labels that are available is heat shrink tubing, pre-printed, pre-cut safety labels, and self-laminating cable wraps. The self-laminating cable wraps, if you're not familiar, they have a white part and a clear part that then laminates over the top of it to protect the print. Dymo have really outdone themselves here. Really impressive printer, great keyboard, great touchscreen, It actually uses a resistive touchscreen, which is different to what most smartphones use. It's a thin film over the top of the glass which registers the touches. Usually these types of touchscreens are a bit rubbish, but this one's actually really quite good. If your fingers are a little bit bigger than mine are quite small, you might require a stylus. Dymo don't do these styluses, but they're available online. You can probably get them from anywhere that sells mobile phone supplies. It would just make using the printer, or at least the screen part of the printer, a lot easier. The keyboard is fantastic. The printer itself is a bit big and cumbersome. I mean, it's quite massive, really. I'll put the dimensions up on the screen. I don't have them to hand right now. But it is quite a big printer, and it's a little bit heavy as well. Making it handheld, it's more sort of very borderline handheld. You can get away with using it in both hands, but you're probably going to want to pop it down on a table to use it. Also, with it being a touchscreen, anything with touchscreen just immediately shouts fragile to me. You wouldn't normally find this type of printer on a building site. That's not to say don't buy it if you're going on a building site. It's more to say make sure no hammers hit the screen. I can't imagine this being a very easy, cheap replacement. Should anything happen to the screen, you might have some form of insurance, which would be great. But other than that, it is a great printer. I've not used it long enough to test battery life, but it charged quite quickly. It is quite a big battery on it. I'd imagine it will last a very long time. All the materials are great, selection of colours, sizes of tapes. Blown away, absolutely blown away. Dymo have kept this quiet. I originally did get my hands on one of these printers a long time ago, and I was made a promise to keep quiet. And I'm amazed I managed to keep quiet, because I did want to shout about this. It is a really good printer. So you can read the rest of my thoughts and review on this printer on blog.labelzone.co.uk. You can also see some more views and competitive printers. Thanks for watching.